have always thought it was pronounced Natchitoches. And I think I found one person claiming that was correct. And here we're all slowing down, even though there's no reason to, except for the fact that I was gaining a lot of time there. Hi, I'm Patrick, and in this video I'm back here in the Realistic Economy series. This is day 7, and I've just come back here. It's Tuesday, and I just came back here to pick up these forklifts that are heading up to Baton Rouge. So let's get started. Well, this is coming out on Wednesday, so I guess you saw, well, you probably didn't. You might have saw Monday's video. It was ATS 2, and I made the decision last week that I'm going to start doing ATS on Wednesdays and Fridays, and ATS 2 will be on Mondays. It's a little difficult getting out onto that roundabout with this long trailer. Always drive the back tires over those bricks. Yeah, I don't think they should put roundabouts in industrial areas. Probably not the best mix. This is not a World of Trucks contract. It is one of the cargo freight. I forget what the category's called, but it's one of the offline jobs, and the reason was it was over $1,000 just to go up to Baton Rouge, so I couldn't ignore that. I've continued doing World of Trucks jobs here in Louisiana to work on the Cruising Louisiana event, and still doing my part, and I'm hoping everybody else who owns Louisiana can do the same. If you can't, that's okay. But the external contracts, there just wasn't one that was as well, there wasn't one that paid out as much as this one, so I had to take it. And the good thing about it is that I can go 70 instead of just 65, because the World of Trucks jobs are limited to 65 miles an hour because you're working under a World of Trucks contract, and that, I guess they have the company limitation of 65 miles an hour. some companies in the U.S. do have lower than the posted speed limits on their company drivers. And even though I am in this game pretending that I own my own truck, when I take a contract with World of Trucks, I have to follow World of Trucks rules. But right now, I only have to follow the speed limit. And it looked like that sign said that the speed limit's about to drop up here. Yes, I see the speed limit signs. Thought it did. Yeah, they're there. That was prepared. I'm probably only going to have to do 2 jobs today. I'm hoping that I can find one from Baton Rouge up to Monroe, but not really expecting to. It would be nice though. I'm trying to get up into northern Louisiana today would be my hope. That way on Thursday and Friday I can work my way back to New Orleans. There's a significant part of the state that I haven't been to yet and would like to I would like to visit in this profile. Looks like we're slowing to 55. Dropped the cruise control now to 45 would be my guess, yes. And there is a red light. Back here at the Lafayette Airport. Boudreaux the bear still sitting there in the chair, looking out everywhere. What he sees, he doesn't care. Yeah, maybe I'm a poet and I didn't know it. In a test the other day, I decided to run a red light just to see what would happen with the Realistic Economy mod, and I got a $120 speeding ticket. That was not part of this save, though. What was part of the save, and you might notice that the money has gone down from the end of the previous day 6 video. is that I did have to go to a truck stop and get fuel, and then I slept through the night there. I'm seeing that the route advisor is telling me that I'm probably going to get this delivered sometime probably around 1 o'clock. That was nice of that yellow car. Letting me get out on the highway. If I get there at 1 o'clock, my second job of the day is going to have to be significantly shorter than I had hoped, unless I happen to find one. Oh, gotta watch my speed. 62 ought to be fine, without getting a fine. So I don't think there's much chance of being able to take a job up to Monroe today. Maybe, I'm not sure. We'll just see. I'm definitely probably going to have to do a little planning to get up to Shreveport. And we're unnecessarily slowing down here. Zoomed in on the sat nav window there, so I can get a little better idea of what lane to be in here. I was going a little too fast around that curve, nearly hit the outer guard wall. But I made the turn. And the forklift is still back there, secure as usual. It's interesting that that road over there doesn't seem to be completely on the map. Why is this truck stopping? There was no stop sign there. Did I miss a stop sign? No, I did not miss a stop sign. I'm not sure what's going on, but it seems like the left lanes on both sides of the road were stopping back there for no reason. And there goes the loan payment. Not sure, but I think it gets a little bit later every day. But there it goes. Now down to $1,400 in the bank. But we'll cure that in just a minute. Actually, looking at the time, I think it's probably going to be more like 6 or 7 minutes. There's another one of those big orange balls. I think they remind me of one of the GTA games, but I can't remember which one. Maybe there were multiple ones that had a big orange ball that you could hit with your car. Is that a missing or a hidden road? I think it might be. I might have to come here in my main profile and check that out sometime. In fact, I don't think I've been here in my offline profile. Is that a? No. Sometimes it's just hard to see the cross-out symbols that are the roadblock symbols. And I've commented several times that I've wished there was a mod. I don't think we have to stop at these scales, but we'll go through. I wish there was a mod to make those more visible, but only for the lane that I'm driving through. I would like it to be less visible for the lane that is coming towards me, because sometimes they hide traffic coming towards you. Let's see where to park. Honestly, oh, there it is. Oh, that's shouldn't be too bad. See, it becomes exponentially worse the more I think about it. It would probably be easier if Boudreaux's nose wasn't blocking that bottom mirror. I can't see anything. I'm just really hoping I'm going in that hole. Well, that didn't help any. So what I did was I moved my mirror to get a little bit better view, and I think that helped. My angle of approach has improved, but I think what I'm going to have to do now is what I did last time I was at one of these locations, and what I should have done now was just turn around so I can back in from this direction. These extra windows that keep opening up are kind of causing me trouble. But there we are. Let's see what we get. All right, a good first job. I leveled up one time. Going to put that into the distance category and see what my next job looks like. All right, well, I've got 2 forklifts headed up to Shreveport. This is really going to push my time limit, but they have to be here today, and, well, I better get started fast. I noticed there was a little path here to not have to go through those scales there. So that's what I'm doing this time. And of course, the head tracking decides to take now as its opportunity to act weird. But that's okay. Don't have time to go exploring that possibly hidden road over there. Say it's possibly related to that, what looks like an old plantation house. Gotta make 200 miles in less than 4.5 hours. Because 8 o'clock is the end of my work day. That's a limitation that I set on myself. It's not a limitation in the game or anything because I have fatigue turned off. But it's a limitation I set on myself that I work between 7 a.m. and 8 p.m. Technically, I think you're allowed a 14-hour work period. There's certain amounts of time you have to take breaks, and you're not actually allowed to drive all of those 14 hours under federal law, but I don't exactly know all the regulations related to it, but well, this should be fun. And more bad news is the speed limit's 55. I don't think there's going to be a lot of interstate driving on this job, which could cause trouble. This is, I think, my second time coming through this road since Louisiana's been out. There's a railroad crossing up here. It's not flashing, so should be okay. Still don't really know what that bridge is back there. I know there's a railroad going across. I think it's just to make it easier, maybe to get between fields. I'm not really sure. Maybe that's a rice field. I don't know. What I do know is I need to try to stay as close to the speed limit as I can, because I can't afford to lose time, and of course the speed limit's going to drop here to 45. This would be a good time for the snowman, Jerry Reed, to yell, son, you got a long way to go and a short time to get there. Something I haven't done since I've been doing this series is pushing the speed limit. I just said 47, 2 over the limit. I don't think that should... Well, he didn't give me a ticket. I'm really not sure if it's 10% over or just 2 or 3 miles over before you start getting tickets. And I also don't know if the Realistic Economy mod changes those conditions. I know it changes things like how much a ticket costs and the probability of getting one, and it goes up to 55, then it goes down to 35. Wonderful, wonderful speed limits. Alexandria. They really made wide use of their new tree objects in the game. Notice there was a broken birch back there. Of course, the Nordic Horizons area of Scandinavia had a lot of birch trees in it. Alright, back up to speed on the highway. And the ETA time is getting lower instead of higher. Oh, a 75 mile an hour speed limit now, that's nice. I've personally never traveled on a road where the speed limit was 75. They pretty much stop at 70 around where I'm at. It amazes me that out west I've seen in ATS, I've seen 85 mile an hour speed limits. And there's Natchitos, Natchitoches. Still not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly. I know that this could be another episode of how to offend the locals by mispronouncing their hometown's name, but if you're looking on YouTube at some videos about the city, what I found was I don't think they agree on how to pronounce it either. In fact, I looked at one video of how to pronounce it, and in the comments there were people from the area debating on how to pronounce it correctly. And somebody from, I think it was somebody from Alexandria actually made a comment that called it something like nacho toes or something like that. I have always thought it was pronounced Nakatoshis. And I think I found one person claiming that was correct. And here we're all slowing down, even though there's no reason to, except for the fact that I was gaining a lot of time there. That's no problem. I'm not that heavy. I can get up to speed again. But the speed limit said to drop to 60. That's unfortunate. And now we're down to 50. So but we're in Shreveport and we're almost there. I'm not exactly sure which lane I need to be in, so I'm staying right now. I'm staying in the middle. Well, was in the middle, and now I'm in the left. And something to point out is that the symbol for where the photo trophy is in the wrong place, because it's not on the right side of the road. It's actually back there on the left. In fact, it's all along the left right here. I'm not sure that they meant to do that. I suspect that they just made a mistake where they put it. You gotta be careful with these lights. That one was yellow back there. This one's green. Turned yellow. If my test was accurate, it could be a $125 fine. I didn't test the speed limits to see what would happen if if, for example, I was going 32 and a 25. And it's after 7 o'clock, but we're 2 miles from the destination. . after I drop off the forklifts, I'll use personal conveyance time to find a place to park and sleep for the night. When I took the job, I thought they were due by 12:30 p.m. on Wednesday. And my plan was to just stop south of Shreveport and sleep and then drop them off on the next video, but then I realized it was 12 a.m., not 12 p.m., which was kind of obnoxious, but that's just how it went. As long as I don't spend the next 40 minutes trying to park, it'll all be fine. I'm hoping that won't happen. Let's see where to park. Okay, it's inside, and don't think I can make this turn and drive straight in. I'll see. It may be possible, but I don't think it is. Not with this trailer, it's not. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drive around. I'm going to go ahead and put the window down because I'm going to have to stick my head out. When I get around, I'm going to raise the rear axle on the trailer and then back it on in. There it goes. Alright, in we go. Alright, let's see what we get. Alright, well, oh, that was a good amount of XP points. 301 XP points altogether. And that's why I was wanting to do longer drives, was for the XP points. I'm working up towards, I think it's 12 or 13, where I'll be able to sell my flatbed trailer and get a lowboy and get some more interesting jobs. But anyway, I'll be back for day 8 soon. Thanks for watching and have a nice day.